Hi YouTube, it's Carrie, Lady VSG, here with my week 18 post-op update. Today is July 11th, 2015. I had my vertical sleeve gastrectomy down in Tijuana, Mexico on April 6th, 2015 with Dr. Ariel Ortiz at the Obesity Control Center. When I booked the surgery, I weighed 301.8 pounds. The day of surgery, I weighed 272. And yesterday I weighed in at 212.7 pounds. So, oops, wrong app, hang on. So a loss of 2.8 pounds in the last week, and overall a total loss of 89.1 pounds. So, yay, I'm getting closer. Still have 50 to 60 pounds, give or take, to lose. So according to I have one of those Fitbit Aria scales because I have my Fitbit. I know I've talked about it in the past. I love it. It keeps me a lot more motivated just to get up and get exercise. I'm not super awesome at getting to the gym every day to either do body pump or Zumba. I so far just haven't been able to get myself into the mindset of even going to the gym just to even walk on the treadmill or get on the elliptical or anything. But I live, the mobile home park where I live is pretty large, and I can do a figure 8 around it and get about a mile walk in. So I try to do 3 miles a day, and that helps. Like between if I do three miles just walking at the park, I can do that in 45 minutes to an hour, depending on. Honestly, it depends on the music that I'm listening to, because apparently that determines how fast I walk. So if I do that and I work that day, I definitely get my 12,000 steps in, which is my current step goal. So, I love the Fitbit. It keeps me, even if I don't make it to the gym, I'm getting my steps in, and for some reason, that just makes me feel better. Even if I don't make it to the gym, if I get my steps in, that's awesome. That was a successful day. I have the Fitbit Aria scale because it has the little sensor pad things. So it will measure your body fat percentage, since everybody kind of, I think, knows the inherent flaws in the BMI scale. I'm currently still considered overweight. Hang on, I have a BMI calculator here on my phone. So at 212 points. Oh, it doesn't let me do a decimal point, but so at 212, my BMI is 33.2. According to my ARIA scale, my body fat percentage is still 42%. So, it's steadily coming down. The day I had surgery, it was almost 50%. It's steadily coming down. I've noticed if I weigh myself a couple of times a week, I do see fluctuations in the body fat percentage, especially, when I'm not keeping myself well hydrated. So that's interesting to me. So obviously the scale isn't foolproof, but I like having that indicator because my surgeon did say once I get down to 180, he wants me to sort of stop worrying about my actual weight and start focusing on getting that body fat percentage down below 26 to 28%. So, I'm at 42 right now. It'll be interesting to see how far, how that adjusts as I continue to lose weight. It's, I weigh 212 right now. The BMI scale says I'm still overweight. I have to get down to, I think it's 192 because I went in and entered each individual weight for my height. I'm 5'7", and I think it was 192 when it transitioned from saying I was obese to just overweight. So I'm interested to see if around that same point, if there's any kind of change, if I lose body fat faster, who knows? Maybe that's just going to be more consistent, and that might be more dependent upon my actual exercise. We'll see. So in terms of actual exercise, I talked about how I'm kind of a slacker and I don't get to the gym every day, which is, it's always my goal for the day, and it's not something I enjoy. It's not something I'm excited about, and so it's one of those things where it's well, guess I'm, I have to get my homework done, or, I kind of want to run this errand, or I want to go see my sister because she's a teacher. So during the summer, I actually get to go hang out with her during the day. So things like that. So it's one of those, I definitely don't make going to the gym a priority, and if I can find something else to do, I probably will do that, which is terrible. I mean, I had this surgery to improve my life and to make better choices, and I'm certainly doing that in regards to my food intake, but definitely I feel like I don't quite hit that mark with my exercise, so it's something I'm still working on. But for being kind of a slacker about getting to the gym, I started horseback riding lessons last week. And that is awesome. It's definitely something I'm only going to be doing once a week for now. It's expensive, you know. It's like $50 a lesson. They are private lessons, so I don't feel like I don't feel like it's extortion isn't the right word, but you know, like it's expensive, but I kind of anticipated it being that expensive. So, you know, so there's that. Also, it turns, I mean, I knew this was going to happen. Like, my thighs hurt for days. I had my horseback riding lesson a week ago, because I had it on Tuesday or Wednesday. So I think I had it on Tuesday. My thighs, like, Wednesday was awful. Well, Tuesday, after the lesson, I got off the horse, and I had the jelly legs, but I could still walk. I didn't feel like I was just going to fall over or pass out or anything. You know, so I walked the horse back to the stable, groomed her, you know, cleaned the tack, put everything away. That was fine. Got into my car. My car's a stick shift. And I went to engage the clutch, and it was like my leg was so tight and sore that even just that movement of making my foot go down to push the clutch was like, it wasn't happening. There was no way. I had to move my seat forward 3 clicks in order to get enough like functioning in my leg to use my car. So, you know, my legs were exhausted. My thighs and basically my whole thigh on both sides was just like, you haven't used this like that in over 10 years, closer to 20. You know, what were you thinking? We give up. So they were really sore and uncomfortable on Tuesday. Wednesday, it was definitely the worst. I did take just a little bit of Tylenol because I'm a giant weenie about pain, you know? Like, if I stub my toe, you would think that it's the apocalypse. So, which is fantastic. I'm sure that's a fantastic quality to have in a nurse, but there you have it. Like, I don't, if you're my patient and you tell me that you're hurting, yeah, like, I will bring you pain medicine because I don't like hurting. I took Tylenol because my thighs hurt and, you know, it was fine. I felt better. That's all that matters to me. So I got through Wednesday. That was fine. I did a much slower walk. I still did my 3-mile walk. It was much slower. It was like an hour and 15 minutes. And that definitely helped. Like, my muscles kind of felt like they were loosening up. I'm sure the Tylenol helped with that too. And then, so Thursday and Friday, it was like they were achy. But it wasn't bad enough that I didn't feel compelled to take any more medicine. But it was definitely like, yeah, I'm still feeling it. It's 4 days later and they're still uncomfortable. And it was it was Sunday at book club when I was sitting there talking, and all of a sudden, because apparently my brain just gets distracted even when I'm talking to my friends, which is rude, but whatever, my brain is kind of a jerk. I realized while I was sitting there, oh, hey, my thighs don't hurt, you know, and I had the presence of mind to just not blurt it out because it was apropos of nothing. But, So sometime between Saturday and Sunday, my thighs stopped hurting. But it was a solid 5 days of being uncomfortable because those are muscle groups that I haven't really used. And, you know, they're learning new techniques, I guess, like new exercises kind of a thing. So for now, I'm going to do once a week horseback riding. I'm really excited about it. I think it's awesome. You know, I love horses. I was that horse crazy girl. I'm still that horse crazy girl, even though I'm 33. So, you know, whereas I don't want to go to the gym, I find it rewarding in that when I see my results reflected in the scale or reflected in being able to buy smaller clothes, that's rewarding. I don't feel rewarded, like, mentally or physically or whatever, going to the gym and getting all, like, sweaty and, you know, stinky and, like, part of me feels a little bit better, like, okay, I did it, but it's more like, it's an obligation. I interpret it, my brain interprets it as, this is an obligation, so I feel better because I succeeded at accomplishing this, but it's I would be rewarded with more endorphins if I sat at home and watched Netflix, which like all of my brain enjoys, you know, like that kind of a thing. So I'm excited that I got back into horseback riding, because between that and walking, like I'm definitely getting my physical activity in. I do like, and I don't know what it is. I don't know why I'm so hung up on it, but I still want to work on trying to find an activity that I can do, because horseback riding's expensive. Something that I could do, you know, 3 times a week that would be physically active, that I am excited to go and do. Like, I've got a couple of friends that do roller derby. I'm fascinated by it. I still haven't been able to make it to a bout, so I pretty much don't know anything except, like, I've seen gift sets of people doing roller derby, and it looks kind of fun. I enjoyed playing powder puff football for the 2 games that we got to play in high school. And so it seems, you know, more in line with that, like getting to roller skate and knock into people. I have no clue how the game actually works, like what all's involved, like what, you know, one of my friends is she took roller derby 101 a couple of times, because and it's sort of like teaching you initially like how to skate and that sort of thing, and now she's bumped up to like learning a little more techniques that you would actually use in I think they're called bouts. But I mean, so it's something that is intriguing to me, but I don't know that I would participate. Like CrossFit currently holds no appeal. I don't know if I'm just being overly judgmental, but it doesn't look like fun to me. You know, I do live in Portland, and so in the winter, like Mount Hood and stuff is an option. So maybe, like, oh, that's my cat Thor. Maybe skiing or snowboarding or something, but again, expensive. And so I kind of want to find something that is not expensive. You know, I enjoyed Zumba, but my friend that was super into it moved to Arizona, and I've noticed, like, ever since she left, and then, you know, I was in Boise for a year, and now I'm back, but being back home and going to the same Zumba classes without Aaron it turns out it's less fun for me. Like, that's something I want to do with Aaron. It's something I'm less excited about doing on my own, which is sad, because, you know, I enjoyed dancing even though I'm terrible at it. So yeah, so I'm still looking for ideas of something that I could do. You know, I know I don't want to focus on how much it costs, but like if I could find a class at the gym that, like, it would get me into the gym, I would feel less stupid for paying that gym membership every month, and I only consistently make it in maybe twice a week. So I feel like I'm just barely getting my money's worth. Probably more, like, lately, honestly, I think I'd probably only consistently be going once a week. So if I could find something at the gym, you know, then I would be like, okay, well, that makes it worthwhile. I'm wondering if when the weather turns, because I'm probably not going to be wanting to walk around outside here, like maybe I will take more advantage of the gym then when it starts to rain, and it rains in Oregon for, you know, 9 months out of the year. So we'll see. I mean, that, you know, we'll see. Hopefully I'll find something. If not, I will just continue to complain to you guys about it, and maybe you guys will have ideas for me. Who knows? In terms of what I'm eating, like, nothing's really changed this week. I'm still all in on the veggetti, doing lots of zucchini, and then whatever protein that I happen to have. Like, I've done chicken, I've done beef, I've done pork, like just cooked it, chopped it up, thrown it in with the zucchini, and added a little Alfredo sauce, because I love Alfredo sauce. Vodka sauce is my favorite, but I currently don't have any, and I'm just trying to get through the food that I do have, because I'm, you know, horseback riding is expensive, and I'm trying to not, like, basically all of my extra money currently is getting shoved over to horseback riding, and so I'm trying to use up the stuff that I do have in my kitchen right now. So I know I joined Metabolic Research Center about a month ago. I think I talked to you guys about that. So they have, whatever. They have protein shakes and their own kind of brands of things, and they have I can't remember, like, it's high nutritional supplement or whatever. It's sort of a syrupy tube. It's a protein supplement, and you usually mix it with like 8 ounces of water. I prefer, like, they have grape flavored ones, they have pomegranate flavored ones. Those are the two that I've tried. They're both fine. I think I like the grape one better, but grape is my favorite artificial flavor. So I've bought those, and I use those as sort of, if I go to work and I don't have time to make myself lunch, I'll do one of those HNS things and like usually a Quest bar, and that holds me over, and I get a good amount of protein in that way. They have these hot cocoa mixes, and on their own, I don't really care for them. Hang on, let me just check, because I logged it into my MyFitnessPal earlier, and I want to see how much. I want to see what the protein content of it is. So let's see. It has, so one packet has 15 grams of protein, so that's pretty good. 15 grams of protein, 7 grams of carbs, 1 gram of fat, and it's 90 calories total for the packet. So on its own, just mixed with water, I wasn't real excited about it. You know, it didn't taste all that great. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but I was like, I've definitely had better hot cocoa mixes, and you know, not all hot cocoa mixes are all that great. But I did discover if I mixed it with just some black coffee, I like that a lot better. So sort of like a cheapo mocha, you know? And I've got tons of coffee because I love coffee. And so I'm thinking about maybe I will buy, because I had the one hot cocoa mix as sort of a sample thing from when I signed up, and I just had never used it. So I'm thinking I might actually buy some of the hot cocoa mixes, and then, like, I'll just, in the morning when I have my coffee, like, I'll mix that in there, because, I mean, granted, it'll give me an extra 90 calories in the morning, which may or may not be the best thing, but it's giving me an extra 15 grams of protein, and that's, I think, a good idea. So that's really the only change I've made in my diet this week, is incorporating the hot cocoa protein mix into my coffee, and so that way my coffee has just a little bit of protein in there, and theoretically is, you know, because coffee itself is only providing you with caffeine and there's no other nutritional value, so at least this way there's nutritional value in my daily coffee. So other than that, not a whole lot to report, so I will check in with you guys again next week, and I hope you're all doing well. See you later.